What's going on, folks? Shadow Tech Sabers here, and I wanted to give sort of a in-depth review and demonstration video of this. This is the Saber Forge quick release coupler. Now, I'm making this video mainly because I noticed that there's nothing on the internet about this, really describing it or any type of review of it. So hopefully this will help any of you that are maybe on the fence about buying this coupler. Personally, after having used this coupler for a little bit, this is possibly my favorite coupler that I have ever used. So this coupler is sort of like an all-in-one solution to coupler problems. Okay, most of the time with couplers, you would get one, and it would either be static, where you screw in both ends and you kind of hope and pray that everything's aligned. There'd be some that are static, and it splits in the middle, and you can align it. Then there would be quick release couplers. But the thing with those is it would usually be kind of bulky, and it'd be like a sleeve that you have to pull back to separate the two. And then the both halves didn't really look that good once separated. And not only that, but those quick release couplers would actually allow both ends of the saber to freely rotate, thus messing up your alignment. So this is like an all-in-one solution. This is a quick release coupler. It's not bulky. It's pretty flush with the rest of my hilt, and you can adjust it and align it how you wish. So a little bit about what this coupler is and is not compatible with before we actually go into it. This coupler is only compatible with Saber Forge products, or if you have a saber that has Saber Forge-like threading, then this will work. From the Saber Forge site, this is not compatible with their Disciple sabers, their Acolyte sabers, any of their curved hilts like the Bane, or their Eco sabers. Other than that, it's compatible with the rest of the Elite line, the Apprentice line, the ASP parts. Sort of going back to what I said about it being only compatible with Saber Forge products, this will not work with any MHS, Ultra Sabers, Saber Trio, Vader's Vault, any of those. So, now getting on to how this works, because it took me a little bit to actually figure out. So, what you do is, well, actually, I'll show you this first. So, on here, you notice there's sort of the fat end and then the short end. So on the fat end, if you notice right here, there is a little hole, and in that hole is a set screw. You take an Allen wrench, this same type of Allen wrench that you'll use for the 8-32 set screws that are on the hilt. You take that, loosen it, and then you can move these two parts. When it's snapped together, you can move the two parts and perfectly align it so that both ends of your saber are aligned the way that you want. I'm not going to do that right now because I have this set up the way that I want. So now kind of going into how it operates. So of course you're going to take both your hilts and you'll thread it on. Ooh, I need to get some thread grease. Okay, so as you can see, I have, it's somewhat aligned. I probably need to adjust a little more, but my hilt is pretty aligned. So, for how this works. There's a little bit of a description on the Saber Forge site, the actual site for this, but it doesn't really go. Having a demonstration helps, you know. So the way that this works is you'll take both ends of your saber. You notice you can push it in. So you'll push it in, and then you'll turn it about a quarter turn either direction. It does not matter. You'll notice you'll feel it and somewhat hear it kind of give, and then it disconnects. This is what the ends look like, so you can kind of see how the mechanism works. So you see on this end, inside the hole, there's a ring in there, and there's a spring. The pegs on this part push down on there, and then that quarter turn pretty much makes a T, thus locking it in place. I'm sure there's probably also some other stuff going on in there to help keep it in place so that it doesn't rotate, but that is the main gist of it. And then to put it back together, you'll just... What I usually do is I start out by putting it together as a T so that it butts up against each other. Turn it, you'll feel it dip in, push it, and turn it until it locks into place. I did that a little bit dramatically so that you could really understand. Just like that. Simple. And like I said, once it's together, the two ends do not rotate. That little clicking is just a small movement from within the mechanism, that little bit of leeway that's in there. Other than that, everything is still aligned perfectly the way that I want. It's sturdy. This is the 15-pound coupler, and it's already like nice and strong and sturdy. It holds its shape. They do have a 35-pound one that is more suited for if you're doing any heavy contact dueling. That would probably be recommended. But at the same time, 35-pound one, from what I've heard, is very difficult to use. So if you're strong, it would be perfect. But for me, I'm a little weaker, and I don't really do any heavy dueling, so just the 15-pound one is perfect for me. Just as simple as that. So yeah. Hope you guys like it, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and I will reply to as many of them as I can.